Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Thanks so much for giving us, taking the time out of your schedule to do this interview with us
Of
and really
course.
about sharing your experience. And so what we want to do is just ask you some questions, kind of like what you dealt with and what you were struggling with
Yeah.
and see what improvements you've seen. So the first question is, what were you struggling with and what have you tried to do to fix it?
Well, I had a plethora of kind of ailments and things that were just taking away from the quality of my life. And I would say that the most bothersome thing was the adrenal fatigue and the hypothyroidism, and the anemia, were really just plaguing me and causing my hair to fall out and not having any energy and weight gain and joint pain and whole bunch of other things. So yeah.
So I remember you were dealing with, you were taking like at one point you said you were taking 30 supplements for your adrenal fatigue and for your thyroid, for your iron levels, and also you were dealing with depression, anxiety, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was up to 30 to 40 supplements a day. And I wasn't getting to the point where I was feeling like I was actually healing. And I was also on medication too for my hypothyroidism. And also taking stuff for iron. Yeah. So I was taking all of that stuff and I just felt like none of it was getting me to the place where I was actually feeling like things were reversing. So
Yeah, and then your goal was to feel better, but also get off your supplements. So you wanted just to heal your body, yeah,
yes.
whatever it takes, and that was your goal, right? So how do you feel like a program was different from what you already tried to do, what you already done on your own?
Um, well, I actually got results that I was looking for. I This has just been such an awesome. I was just talking with my mom this morning about how this has just been a magical, transformative experience. What I was doing before, I went down the whole food plant-based diet for about 6 months. I even started out probably for the first month. I was just eating raw foods, and I was feeling better. I was feeling better, but I wasn't feeling 100%. I wasn't sleeping. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I had terrible insomnia. So I wasn't sleeping. I never felt well. I felt like there was a cloud over me all the time, brain fog, depression, anxiety, rage episodes. Yeah, I was just not myself at all. And I was still in pain. It wasn't as bad as it was when I first got sick, but I was still in pain. And since starting your program, it's been, the first little bit was tough, but it's been continual me feeling so much better. Like every single day, it's a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And I wasn't having to guess. That's the difference with actually working with you guys as opposed to trying to figure things out on my own. It's like you're shooting in the dark. You're like, let's try this and see if this works. And I didn't have someone to talk to every day. I didn't have somebody to call crying saying that I'm miserable, I don't feel good, or what do I do different? Or, I didn't have any of the support from people who have tried it and have, are experts behind, this program. So I couldn't have gotten well this quickly. And it's been radical. If I wouldn't have worked with you guys, I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't be here right now at all. So I would probably still be hurting, still trying to figure out the next best thing, still trying different supplements. I mean, the amount of money we spent on supplements was unreal. So yeah.
So what made you finally decide to do this?
I just kind of hit a breaking point where I'm taking all these supplements. I'm on this medication, which I didn't want to do. I mean, in the very beginning, when I first realized I was sick, I tried everything I could to avoid medication. And I wasn't feeling better. And I couldn't tell if what I was feeling was really me or if it was all these supplements and the medication. I just didn't feel stable. I didn't feel clean and natural and all of that. I felt very fuzzy, and my hair kept falling out. It wouldn't stop falling out. And so I ended up calling my mom and just had this breakdown, and I've been following you guys since I got sick. And I even called you guys earlier on and had a strategy session with you and tried to figure it out on my own after I talked with you. And I just didn't figure it out. And my mom was just like, you need to call them, schedule a strategy call with them and like get going. Like, what's it going to hurt, you know? And I'm happy I had that like breakdown of like, I've tried everything that I know I can do. And I worked my butt off. Like I tried really hard, you know, to get better. And I did my research and I cleaned up my diet and I tried all the mental like affirmations and everything. And I just wasn't getting there. And I think that asking for help is the best thing I've done. So
I'm so glad that you did it because it's just been such a pleasure working with you, and you're such an asset in a group. Just everything that you post, you're inspiring others, motivating us. You're such a huge example for everyone else who's in a program right now. That it's just been such a good experience for us as well. Just,
oh, good.
Just working with you, we're always gonna be referring to a client Lindsay. Well, Lindsay, well, if Lindsay can do it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was like this moment of like, okay, I'm at my bottom now. Like all I can do is let's just give it a shot and go for it. And if I'm not going to go at it with enthusiasm and excitement and joy, I don't think I was feeling like I wouldn't get the results that I wanted. I feel like I needed to really have that mental attitude that like, you know, I'm going to do this. I can do this. And I'm going to be positive about it. And even when it's hard, I need to be thankful for the experience because it's going to make me stronger in the end. And it totally has. Like, this has just been, it's been life-changing, really has. Like, in my talking with my mom today, I was telling her that I thought I was alive, you know, prior to this, like I was living, you know, and following your program and, you know, eating this way and healing, I'm feeling alive in ways that I never have felt even prior to being sick. You know, my brain's working better. I have like the surges of creativity that I never had, you know, and it's been beautiful. The whole thing's just been beautiful. So
yeah, and you have 3 kids, and you're also a busy mom. A lot of people that we talk to, they're like, oh, I don't have time for myself. I'm so busy.
Right.
Like, what would you tell to somebody what it takes to be successful in a program, or what it takes to be successful to reverse your condition? What do you feel like it takes to really heal your body?
I think that, you know, outside of having the support, like I think it's vital to have support around you, but I know that not everybody has that. And so for me, it was my family was a huge motivator for me, and my children were a huge motivator for me, that they deserved the best me, you know, and I wasn't giving them that. I didn't have that to offer them. And I didn't have it to offer myself. And so I feel like if you can figure out what your reason is, you know, what is your reason? Is your reason to be able to offer the best self to your family, to the people who love you, to the people who deserve that from you? And also, do you deserve that? You know, like, do you value your life enough? You know, that the short life that we have, do you value it enough to put the hard work in, radically change how you view, you know, food and your lifestyle and what self-care is and all of that? And are you willing to put the effort in to change, you know? And you have to figure out what your reason is. And once you have a good reason, there shouldn't be much that can stop you from succeeding, you know? And I haven't wavered once on this program. I haven't gone off of it. I haven't cheated. I have followed through every day. And it's because my children, my husband, my family, my parents, my friends, myself deserve the best of me. And this has given me that and them that, you know? And I know that as much as I'm thankful, my children are thankful, my husband's thankful, my family's thankful, you know? So figure out your reason. And if you can figure out your reason, then there shouldn't be anything that can stop you from doing it. So
this is really beautiful and inspiring. Thank you for sharing that. And also I want to ask you, what would you tell someone who's really skeptical and they feel like they already tried everything? Like, I already tried everything and they already invested so much money. Like, what would you tell them? They don't think maybe you're real, or they already feel like it's the same thing that they would done.
Well, I was like that, I feel like for a while, I'm like, well, I'm doing everything, my diet is so clean, and I'm, trying to exercise, and I'm journaling, and I'm, trying to take the time for self-care. I'm trying to sleep, but it wasn't working, So, I mean, I tried everything. I tried juicing, I tried fasting, I tried everything, and it wasn't getting me there. And the whole point of, I guess the whole reason that I came to you is I knew that there's something I was missing. There's a missing piece, or there's multiple missing pieces, and I spent enough money on functional medicine doctors, on supplements, on food, on whatever it is. And you guys don't charge enough for what you do, like you don't. The amount, like, I'm off of all my medication. I'm off of all the supplements, and I'm better. I was symptom free, in like 5 weeks, So, I would just tell somebody to, like, just do it. Just, it's worth it. You won't need all the supplements that you've been taking. You're going to be able to get off your medication. You'll save money. Really, you're going to save money, because within the 6 weeks, you're going to be feeling so much better, and you won't be guessing anymore. You guys take the guessing out of it.
Just skip through all the other people and just come to us.
Seriously, like, just stop. I mean, I think that people think that it sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, you get that a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like, that's how I felt, I think, too, where I'm like, really, like, within 6 weeks, all this stuff that's been bothering me and making me absolutely miserable and not myself, is going to go away, and I'm not going to be taking medication or supplements to make it better. Really, but it's funny, because I had those thoughts, but I come from a family and of just a background in general of really believing in the power of food and natural healing and all of that. And it's still, like, I was still skeptical. I was like, but I will attest that it works.
I remember the first week it was very hard for you, because you were getting off your supplements. So there was a lot of hormonal issues going on. So you were actually feeling worse. And I remember how you were really doubting, like, is this really working? Is this gonna work for me? I remember how hard it was for you, but you still reached out for help. You talked to us when you needed it, and you followed the program, even though you were not feeling good the first week.
The first week was really hard. I think that it was equally as tough physically as it was mentally, especially when you're trying something new and you're putting, your trust into something. And it's kind of, it was my Hail Mary. It was my last, like, shot at trying to really get this under control and reverse this. And I was feeling terrible, like, I was feeling terrible. I was detoxing. I was getting off supplements. I was getting off medication. And, but then it clicked, and it was literally like an overnight switch where it was like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling better. The first morning that I woke up and I didn't have this feeling of impending doom and heart racing and kind of panic in the morning that I would get with the hypothyroidism and adrenal fatigue. That first morning that I woke up and I felt calm and peaceful, I just cried, like, happiness. My daughter comes downstairs and she's like, "What's wrong, Mom? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm really good." Like, I'm not sad. I'm happy. It's really, really good. And it just kept getting better and better and better and better. And now I don't have that at all anymore, and it's hard to think, when I was experiencing it, I thought it would never go away. And that's what life was going to be like, and it's not, it doesn't have to be,
You don't have to stay sick. You can always get better and get to your best health possible. Yeah. And,
yes.
So that's good. And, okay. So I think we covered all the questions. So, like,
okay.
Like, well, what do you feel like would happen? So you mentioned, like, if you didn't join that program, you would have been in probably the same spot, or it would have taken you, like, a lot longer to figure it out, right?
Yeah, I would still be I was researching so much. I was spending so much time researching and trying to find answers, and which I don't think is a bad thing. I've learned a lot during this. I've learned so much about health and stress and the effects of it on your body, and not just emotional stress, but, I had a baby, and I wasn't sleeping, and just financial stress. I mean, there's just so many stresses that I was going through. So I've learned so much about my body and how it works and what's needed to heal and to keep it optimal, and the difference between normal and optimal. I've learned a lot. So I'm thankful for my journey in it, but I'm really happy that it's ending now. The healing is coming, I'm finally there. I'm thankful for the journey, but I'm happy to be starting a new one,
So what's your goal after the program? What would you like to do now that you feel so much better? And
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. This has taken the sickness, all of it has taken a lot from me. I was angry a lot for a while, feeling like it stole my presence from my family. It stole my creativity. I'm a creative person, and I wasn't really creating things every day like I used to, writing and painting and cooking and all of that. And getting outside and moving and all of that. So like lately I've just been, keeping up with the house, writing more, doing more poetry, going outside every day, playing with my kids at night, playing games. That has been just so freeing. It feels like I have that freedom back. And now it's like, I now that I'm feeling better, I want to start creating more, and also trying to figure out what my next thing is in regards to, wanting to do something for other people, so I don't know if it's me sharing my story and encouraging people to take their health in their own hands and advocating for themselves. I started an Instagram page a while ago when I first got sick, just to kind of share my journey and to inspire people to keep advocating for themselves. So I plan on doing that still. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the future, but I'm just excited about it. I actually feel excited about the future as opposed to, oh my God, this is what my life's going to be like,
Yeah, so you feel excited about focusing on other things other than your illness. So you feel like you could start writing again. You already been writing in our group, and it's beautiful. But so it's really good. I'm so happy. First of all, Viktoriya, we want to say something while talking. I just love how like honest you are and how happy you are. You always, even when you had like in the beginning, it was a struggle. You were always so bubbly. You have a lot of energy, and it just kind of like I love just seeing you every day, like talking to you and just have communication with you, and just seeing you every day how you improve, and just your energy is so like bubbly, and also that you're so honest. That's what I love the most, because you really just you would tell us like everything, something going on, and I never had to sit there and just guess like, oh, what's going on with Lindsay,
Yeah.
I never have to worry, because you feel like you, because you would tell us, and that's what I love, because you're so honest.
Thank you.
That's why you doing so well. Yeah.
Thank you. That's funny, because it's something that being transparent, is something that we talked about when we journal and things like that. That's been something that I've really been trying to put out there for myself, for my future self, is I really want to be more transparent and more honest. And so I'm happy that you were feeling that for me, because it's something that I'm really, was really working on and still working on. So thank you for sharing.
You don't have to suffer alone, because sometimes people, they feel like they have to suffer alone, and you don't have to. Like, you sharing your story, I think it's gonna inspire people that they can start talking, and they can start, maybe this is gonna inspire them. They can relate to you. They're like, oh, I feel the same way, and they're not gonna feel as alone, and it's gonna help them to just give them hope. And a lot of people, they lose hope, and they feel very discouraged. And I think because of your story, because you went through the journey, when you went from feeling sick to feeling healthy, it's the journey. It's really hard to explain unless you experience that. And for them to, like, I think it's going to inspire them just to know that a lot of other people that they can get better too. So there's a way for them to get better, and they can find whatever that way is for them. But so the reason why I feel like you were successful is because you always checked in with us daily, and never had to worry, oh, is she doing the plan, or is she something she's not telling us, or is it working for her? Do we have to change something? We always felt like we were so honest with each other, and we became so close. Like I feel like
Yes,
we know you so well, and
I know.
we love you, and we always just gonna be friends. We
Oh,
always
I know. I know.
that.
I love you guys so much. I like your support has been the amount of work and support you guys put into this is phenomenal. And you guys are extremely good at what you do. And I think you found, if you feel like you haven't found your purpose, I'll tell you that I feel like this is your purpose. And you've helped me change my life around. You know, I feel I couldn't thank you guys enough. So thank you very much. Like this has just been, yeah, it's the best gift I've been given ever. So
Thank you. You've been just the best person to work with. It's just it never felt like work, for us.
Yeah, good.
We have really good relationship with you, and I feel like a friend, and I feel like you are a friend, So I just feel very like when I go shop sometimes for food, I just think about you, like would you like me? Like I think about
I would love to go shop for food with you guys.
It's just like I feel like this is something that's gonna continue on even our program is over.
Yeah.
And, I'm just glad that it was that you got the results. That's really important to us that you healed, not just that we like working together, but also that you got the results. That's
right.
That's very important, and that you're gonna continue doing everything we taught you and implementing it and helping your family and just inspiring others to take their health into their own hands and not believe what somebody can tell you. Like, when you were eating certain foods, people will tell you it's bad for your thyroid. Like not have those things to affect you. But is there anything else do you feel like you could share or you would like to share with people maybe who don't know us or who just found us?
I think that I would tell anybody to just do it. First of all, like stop questioning, stop doubting, just do it. And not only will the symptoms of your autoimmune disease or chronic disease and your lab, all of that will reverse. Not only will that happen, but you'll be surprised at how many other wonderful things you'll notice too that change. And there's things that I never even considered getting better or improving, and they did. My skin is better. The weight loss is just simple and easy, and it just falls off. And for me, it was the mental clarity, and that's something that if somebody thinks that they have mental clarity, they have no idea. They have no idea. Like I thought that before I got sick, I had some I was pretty clear mentally, but this is proven that when you eat food that you're meant to eat and alive food, you're going to feel alive. And I just think that anybody, it doesn't matter even if you have a chronic illness or autoimmune disease, you should just try it. Just get better. You can totally improve your life. It's been such a radical, magical, awesome experience. And everyone should try it.
Thank you so
and everyone
much.
should work with you, and don't doubt, and just go for it. So
thank you so much. Well, you look amazing, and you look so pretty, and your hair looks really nice.
Oh, thank you. It's growing back. It's getting there. So I lost probably 2/3 of my hair over the course of a year, and it was pretty devastating. Not only are you feeling sick, but then you really are starting to look sick. And the hair loss was bad, and it's starting to come back. So that's good. And it's getting softer. Because with thyroid disease, it can really change the texture of your hair, and mine got really coarse and wiry, and it's actually a lot softer now, which is awesome. So
very good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Again, we really appreciate you taking the time, and we can't wait to share this on Facebook with other people who you're gonna inspire.
Yeah.
And thank you so much again, Viktoriya.
I can't wait to share this video too. I'm going to share it everywhere I can.
Yeah, thank you, Lindsay. And
thanks, you guys.
We're just happy to have you as a friend now, and we're just gonna continue our relationship and continue just getting better.
Yes, it sounds good to me.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.